All right, next on the list, Super Smash Brothers fucking Brawl. Fuck yeah! Sorry, I love this game.
I
love this game. This game is so badass awesome, and I can actually say that there's a game that's badass awesome where you play as a fucking Jigglypuff. That's amazing.
All you do is jump around as an obnoxious little cartoon and
beat the shit out of some... Like, okay, if you hate Kirby, which I don't. Let me actually pick one that I do hate. If you hate Jigglypuff, you can beat the fuck out of that Jigglypuff. I mean, this is like, you get to play as your favorite Nintendo characters beating the crap out of each other. How can you not see the appeal in that? And it's not even just that. The combat system is great.
I hate the combat system.
Oh, the combat system is so balanced and perfect and
would it have been too much to give the characters, I don't know, a life bar rather than having to knock them off of a platform? It's the whole thing.
You give them a life bar and it's going to be just like any other fighting game. That's what I like about this, is that the combat system, it's unique, it's interesting.
Unique doesn't necessarily mean good.
This does mean good.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people like it. I've never liked the Smash Brothers game. I find that game really obnoxious.
I have loved the Smash Brothers series since the first game, and they have never made a bad one. Brawl, though, is the best they've done so far. They introduced the final smash, which is you get this big, huge power up for whoever gets the ball. And I mean, just stripping this down a little bit, what I love about Smash Brothers is it's really, to my knowledge, the only time there's ever been a 4-player at once fighting game. I mean, you've had 2-on-2 like you did with the Capcom Versus series, but that's people jumping in. You actually get to play with 4 people. And I love the combat. I love the fact that you can play with any control scheme, because I've tried it with the regular Wii remote controls, and it doesn't work very well. But the GameCube controller is wonderful for this. And then you have the addition of online play, which is pretty good. They could have done a little bit better with that. I mean, it's nice that you can play with people online, and in my experience, I have experienced very little lag on my own, but you still work with the goddamn friend code system, which is just a pain in the ass. If your friends are online, you can't contact them to let them know you're online, so it's
ridiculous.
Yeah, but that's more a problem with the Wii than it is this game. I mean, they could have done better with that. Playing online is nice, though, and it is relatively lag-free. The combat is badass. The fighters are badass, with the exception of a few of them.
I don't find the combat badass. I find the combat really irritating.
Oh, it's fucking awesome. But you know what? You only find it irritating because I kick your ass every time we play. No, you only find it irritating because you suck at this game.
No, even when I win, I don't feel good. I just feel like, oh, thank God that's over. I'd rather be doing something else. I mean, and everybody I've ever played with, I mean, even people who were at my own skill level, which is not much, it's like, okay, well, that was irritating, but at least it's over. I mean,
yeah, because win or lose, they're at your skill level and you all suck.
Well, what I'm saying is, win or lose, I don't care. I'm just glad that the thing's over.
Well, I never lose.
A friend of mine told me, and I think this is true, or at least this is how I feel about the game. This is not a fighting game, it's a party game where your friends...
Oh, not at all. Not at all.
He said, your friends come over, you have a little bit of a laugh with this, and then you go to move on to something that you can take seriously. I just really hate this
you
game.
can have fun with this and take it seriously at the same time, because there is a lot of competitiveness among Smash Brothers fans. You don't really know any Smash Brothers fans, so yeah, anybody
you.
I mean, if you're playing Street Fighter 4 and then you come and play this, you're like, what the fuck is going on here? But maybe it's something that you just have to be pre-initiated in, because I followed this series from the beginning.
Maybe, and I'm sure if you like this sort of thing, the Brawl was great, but I just thought it was silly, and
It's my second favorite game on the Wii, and it's one that, I mean, this again, I bought it about 3 years ago and I'm still playing it, so that definitely says something.
Well, good.
So there's that one. Moving on to...
What is this? Assassin's Creed.
I have not played that game.
It's alright.
Yeah.
I haven't played the sequel yet. This was one of the big sort of quasi-launch titles they had for the 360.
Oh.
And it looks great for what it is, for when it came out.
I saw that it did look good.
Yeah, for when it came out, it was one of the first... It was probably... When it came out, it was the best-looking game on the system.
Now, you play as somebody in the Knights Templar or something like that?
Well, you play as a guy who has... I guess in a past life, he was an assassin, and he runs around, and you have to do these missions. It's kind of like... It's sort of like Grand Theft Auto / Spider-Man 2, where you have a sandbox thing, you can run around and do whatever you want.
Oh. I actually like those games. I might give that a shot now that you describe it.
But it's not as good because I found that the missions are what you have to do and the way that you have to do them can be confusing at times, and the fighting system is really repetitive. It's cool to climb around and jump around on things for a while, but after about the third mission, you really just get bored with it.
Well, I kind of noticed, because I saw you playing it a couple of times, that it also looked like they were trying to incorporate elements from Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time, and I love that game.
But I'll tell you, that game's a lot more...
fun?
I'd say it's more fun. Yeah. I think it was more fun. I mean, Assassin's Creed, it's not unfun. It's just, it's meh. I can't speak for the sequel because I haven't played it yet, but maybe it'd be better in the sequel. But as it is, Assassin's Creed is okay, not great.